was a tight game, second half of a back-to-back. Shut your mouth, play the intro. Let's go!
Do you have a humiliation kit? This is all I ask you to do.
I'm having a great finger flick. You're allowed to show up.
This team is ruining my life. I'm taking crazy pills.
With you, wherever you are, welcome to LFR. Leafs lose 5-2 to the Washington Capitals, and some days you just have it. And today I have it, and I've had it! It might be the third coffee. It might be the... Listen, I'll say the thing that I said 1,000 times. The Leafs have a back-to-back whip travel every single weekend in the month of December. It's kind of insane. They also have 5 straight weeks with a back-to-back. It goes into January. But the NHL schedule, much like your NHL opponent every single night, does not care. Oh, but there's no Matthews. They don't have Matthews. The NHL schedule and your NHL opponent does not care. The Washington Capitals traded a third rounder in the summer, and in turn, they got a goalie who is 14-2-2 in their first 18 games as a Capital. The good teams find a way. That's true. Logan Thompson for a third. It's true. Let me just Google, make sure it's true. Excuse me. It's 2 third-round picks. A king's ransom. The man is 14-2-2 now with a save percentage between .915 and .920. You find a way. So tonight, did the Leafs find a way? No. If you want to give the Leafs a pass, if you want to go easy on them, here's how you look at the game, okay? We'll go easy on them, and then we'll go hard. Mind out of the gutter. We're talking about hockey. Hey, 3 minutes into the game, the Leafs score first. We like that. Simone Benoit puts it on. Yeah, for sure. Once again, Max Pacioretty gets another secondary assist in this game, very similar to the one that he got yesterday. Create a little bit of ice, you put it on, you see what happens. What happens is the puck goes off John Tavares because he goes to the net, goes off his amulet and the Leafs are up 1-0. They all count. The ones that goes off your stick or your foot or your butt or your amulet or your... It doesn't matter. If it goes off you, it counts. Unless you kick it in, not redirected. You kick it in. No one really understands what it means. Or headbutt it in for some reason. Now, 90 seconds later, this is the easy way that you look at it. This is the way where you go, well, you know, Leafs had a bunch of shots in this game, and the difference was the Capitals just had a better goalie. Which, yeah, valid. Once again, just for repetition's sake, the schedule and the opponent don't care. Andrew Mangiapane takes a shot, and he Andrew Mangiamurray and Manaja. Andrew Mangiapane takes a shot, and he Andrew Mangiamurray and Manaja. That thing can't go in. Wrong. It very much can. It went in past your third string goaltender, who should probably be your fourth or fifth string goaltender, but it does not matter because the schedule and the team you are playing do not care. Jacob Chychrun scores after that to give the Capitals the lead, his 10th of the season. His 10th. Plays defense, by the way. His 10th. Now park that. Park that for just a moment. How did the goal go in? Well, that third line I was telling you about, Bobby McMann and Max Domi and Nick Robertson. It's a rather high event, and sure, that line can score, but they get hemmed like a pair of long jeans. And after scoring first in this game, the Leafs are somehow losing less than halfway through the first period. Okay, we don't like that. They're losing at first intermission as well. Oh no, but you can still tie it in the second, and guess who does it? Hilariously, the third line featuring Mitch Marner. Because Mitch gets it to Max Domi, who goes maximum Domi, and he hands it off to Bobby McMann, who gets a couple cracks at it right at the net. Bobby, I said go to the net, not become the net. Puts the thing in, it's 2-2. This is a winnable game. And just a backbreaker. A backbreaker less than 2 minutes later. I think here's the easy way to look at it, okay? The easy way to look at it is Nick Dowd scored because Matt Murray was facing the other way, a thing that goaltenders shouldn't do. But I'll tell you what I was paying attention to, because one day it won't be Matt Murray in net. It'll be Joseph Woll or Anthony Stolarz in net. And Matthew Knies will still be there. Matthew Knies, who I was willing to give $7 million a year to, times 8 about a month into the season because he was good. He was great even. This kid has spent a fortune over the last 12 games now. He's got 1 goal and 2 assists. And on top of that is playing absolutely horrendous defense. His line with Pontus Holmberg and William Nylander got caved last night against the Red Wings, and we didn't talk about it because who cares? You were up 5-0 and then basically didn't try in the third because you were presumably saving your energy for this game, and then he couldn't get the puck out. Less than 2 minutes after a big goal to tie, backbreaker. And the game drones on, and we go to second intermission, and it drones on, and the Leafs are within 1 goal the whole time. And yes, Logan Thompson did have to make a couple pretty ridiculous saves, right-handed catching goalie weird. But any goalie's gonna make saves, dude. Generally speaking, even though the Leafs got a bunch of shots, I think they were up near 40 shots, I didn't feel like they made Logan Thompson's night difficult. Spencer Carberry and the Washington Capitals, like, what a well-oiled machine. They are on you like white on rice. They are on you like poop on Velcro. They are on you. They are pressure, pressure, pressure. And the reason I said the game droned is it just never really felt like they were gonna get back in it. They finally take their first penalty of the game. Jacob Chychrun puts it on because their defense is allowed to generate offense. It goes off of Tom Wilson, basically negating the luck that you got from the Tavares goal. And to top it all off, Alex Ovechkin gets an empty netter because that stand is perfect. So again, the optimist way to look at this game is, you know what? It was close. For most of the night, got away from you a little bit at the end. There's an empty netter as well, but it was close, and they just had a better goalie, and that's okay. Logan Thompson has been basically undefeated this season, and you got Matt Murray, who is playing his second NHL game in over 600 days. When you talk about the matchup like that, why is anyone surprised? But what did I say yesterday? The whole season from today is December 27th, right? No, December 28th. It's late December. From today onward, right? This whole chunk of time, the next 3 months plus, is gonna feel like March 31st. Everything before the Christmas break, hey, you stack points. You just find ways to win, you get points, whatever. Everything from now until the end of the season needs to have some sort of focus on how are we preparing for the playoffs? How are we going to become you know what? Because you don't just jump from end of December hockey to the playoffs. That's not how it works. Okay, how do we ramp up for the playoffs? The reason I'm freaking out is because, all right, what do the Leafs need to work on? Here's one thing that is painfully obvious before we get to questions. They need another center. A quality center. Yes, they're going to get Austin Matthews back. Yes, they are. But, dude, they go down one guy, it is over. That is it. And also, they get Matthews back for how long? We have no idea where this guy is at. They keep telling us, oh, he's day to day, and then he's missing 3 straight games plus the Christmas break. He's day to day, and then he goes to Europe! Europe! When was the last time, it's not a big deal. He went there, and a lot of athletes go there, and the doctor has worked with a lot of, okay. When was the last time that an NHL player, right, mid-season, the team was like, he's day to day, and then he switched continents for treatment, not for Christmas, for what? So forgive me if I am starting to get anxious about this. I don't know. Listen, if I knew what was going on, I could then, in my mind, I can then set up a plan. Steven, here's exactly how anxious to be at any given moment about this situation. Now, all I have is my imagination, and you're not going to believe this given the crest that I'm wearing, but my imagination immediately goes to the worst case scenario. So let's take the first line. You got Tavares, Marner, Pacioretty. Fine, cool, leave it. Second line, Knies, Matthews, Nylander. Knies better be better. He's got to be better, but replacing Pontus Holmberg with Austin Matthews is quite the upgrade. Fourth line of David Kampf, Steven Lorentz, and Connor Dewar. They fourth line it up. They do their job. They bang, they crash, they're heavy, they chip the puck out, they keep the puck in the other zone, they kill penalties. They are the most fourth-liney fourth-liners that ever fourth line. And then there's your classic chaos third line. It's going to give up a ton of goals, and it's going to score a ton of goals. It's a lot of fun in the regular season, and it wears out its welcome right around spring. Let's pretend Matthews is at last year's health when he scored 69 goals. They would still need to add. Craig Berube's teams are north and south. You forecheck, you back check. Nikita Grabenkin understood. Forecheck, back check, paycheck. North, south. The third line is north. Still thinking about north. The third line is north and collapse and do not move and just hope that the puck goes north again. And sometimes that doesn't work. So there's that. Now let's get to questions because I think you guys are asking the right questions. Jacob Chychrun currently has 3 more goals than the Leafs' entire defense core this season. What do the Leafs need to do to get their back end involved on offense? Go to the net! Now I'm going to use this question. I'm going to get back to this question, okay? That's not my entire answer. But part of my answer answers this next question. What's going on with Nyes? I'm starting to get concerned. Dude, earlier this season, Matthew Nyes essentially gave birth to the go to the net bit because he was very simple. He went to the net and the puck hit him, or he would get a rebound or something. Now he's like, I see the ability still there. Like, he's still big as a house. He doesn't play with the same force, though. The speed is there. The hands still appear to be there. The hockey sense is gone a little bit. The execution, he's gripping his stick so hard. He's still a very young player, but he is on the perimeter way too much. And it's like that meme, oh, I screwed around and I accidentally became important at work. This sucks. Matthew Nyes accidentally became important at work. Like, you have to be the top line left wing. Well, okay, Pacioretty's doing an admirable job, but like, we agree that he should probably stick around with John Tavares, right? Because they've been a good duo together. And then you could put Nylander there or Marner there. It doesn't matter. They've both been good there. And then it's gonna be you or Bobby McMahon who plays on the left of Austin Matthews, and it's probably you unless you royally screw it up. They need more from this player, and they need him to go to the net. Now, about the defense. Going to the net was a big part of how the Leafs generated offense from the back end. So when the Leafs aren't scoring goals, right? So Jakob Chychrun is scoring goals. It doesn't necessarily mean the defense isn't helping out with offense at all. Simone Benoit got a primary assist in this one, and that's because he shot the puck and it went off of John Tavares. That is the kind of goals Craig Berube wants this team to score, especially in the playoffs. Now, in the leafiest turn of events ever, the Leafs went out and signed Chris Tanev this summer. It couldn't have worked out better, and Morgan Rielly still doesn't have a team partner. It shouldn't be OEL. I don't want to see a left-handed defenseman ever play the right side again. It is banned. Banned! I had someone earnestly ask me if we miss TJ Brody. Ask Blackhawks fans if we miss TJ Brody. And it looked like Rielly found his partner, his right-handed partner, in Yanni Hakanpää because McCabe was playing so well with Tanev. And all right, you got this guy who plays like a Luke Schenn style. He's big, he's huge. You leave him at home. He's a leave-at-home defenseman, not even a stay-at-home defenseman. You leave him there, and he happens to shoot right. Hooray. And he plays like 5 minutes in a Leafs uniform, and then today at the end of 2024, I see an article like, well, with Hakanpää's future up in the air. What? What month is this? They signed him in July and didn't make it official until camp. What are you talking about? And then he rehab. He gets into the lineup and again, where is he? Where is he? And then you replace him with Philippe Myers, who's also huge, but very does not play Yanni Hakanpää hockey. Connor Timmins has played a regular shift with Morgan Rielly, and he is very not Hakanpää or Schenn or whoever. Then you have OEL, who should be driving offense on another pair. He's good at it. There's another guy who's not afraid to pepper it at the net, and if you just go to the net and give a little bit of obstruction or something to the goalie, OEL can make magic happen. But right now, it's not good enough because Morgan Rielly's last goal was December 6th against Washington. December 6th. I know that's bad, right? That's so bad. You know what? You want to know what's worse? I'm lying! It was November 5th against Boston! November! You still had Halloween candy in your house the last time Morgan Rielly scored an NHL goal! And he got an assist in the Dallas game, he got an assist in the first Buffalo game, but now he doesn't have a point in 1, 2, 3, 4 straight. First unit power play! And I gotta be honest, no, you're not allowed. No, that's not the... Craig... No. Oh, I guess I'll go back to the 5 forward. No. Switch OEL or make it OEL Timmins. Make it. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Anything about what you're doing. How are we still looking for Rielly to find a partner? How are we still looking for a partner for Rielly? And I know some of you are screaming at the screen right now. The common denominator. I know. When this team is a little bit more healthy, right? Let's be optimists about this. Let's say Matthews comes back, and he's fine, and he's great. Let's say Hakanpää doesn't come back. Okay, we're going to do that. All right. Okay, now we're cooking. How do we feel about this team? Is it better than last year? Yeah, I still think so. They're better on D. They are. They're better defensively. They got better goaltending. Marner and Nylander are playing crazy. Crazy. Tavares is crazy. A couple guys need to step it up. Okay, yeah. You throw Matthews in there. You know, they got a shot. They got a shot at what? They got a shot at what? First round? Is that the bar? We want them to win one series? Is that the bar? The subtext with this team appears to be we all have general faith in the sort of direction of things, right? But we acknowledge, and the Leafs appear to be preparing for the fact that they have to make a move. They cannot go into the playoffs with this team. They can't. You think Nick Robertson's going to be on the team in the playoffs? I know he's got a few goals recently. Do you really? No, none of you really think that. Fourth line is probably going to stay roughly the way it is. Roughly, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Top six, roughly? You throw Matthews back in there, obviously. Roughly, probably. You get a bona fide number 3 center, or a guy who can play number 3. Ryan O'Reilly's a name that's been thrown out there. That's probably a bit optimistic. Nazem Kadri is a name that's been thrown out there. It's probably a bit optimistic. Let me throw a name out there. Yanni Gourde. If you're not excited about that name, you didn't watch enough of the Tampa Bay Lightning when they were winning cups. That kid is an animal! An absolute animal! And I want to see Craig Berube coach that animal. Bobby McMahon on the left, Yanni Gourde in the middle, Max Domi on the right. I'll check it out. Yeah, I'll check it out. But dude, you gotta figure out, it's crazy. They have this many right-handed D. They've never had this many right-handed D. You need another one. You need another one because the guys you have are not good enough. And if any of you dare say, whoa, they should have held on to Liljegren, stop it. Okay, if we go into every game thinking, well, this team's not going to win in the playoffs, I think that's going to drive us nuts. Here's how I'm choosing to look at the Leafs for the rest of the season, or for the next couple months at very least. Are they better than they were last week? Forget the results, okay? How many goals they scored, how many goals against, how many wins. Are they better than they were last week? Right now, just based on the 2 games that they played, the Leafs are better than they were last week. Before the Christmas break, they weren't playing the best hockey. And again, grading on a curve because no Matthews. They can be better. They have to be better, or it's going to be the same thing. But we're not there. We're not there. Where are we? We're at the end of December. Hey, New Year's resolution. Let's all be better than we were last week, huh? For now, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. That was a sweaty video.